Hi everyone, this is Mindy Eggen for Hero Arts, and I'm going to be creating with the June 2026 My Monthly Hero Kit and the Superhero Kit for a fun summertime scene. But today I'm taking it a step further with an interactive card. I'll show you how to ink blend a sparkling pool background, build the die cut images, and create an easy spinner feature that makes it look like the girl on her floaty tube is spinning around in the water. It's a simple interactive element that adds so much movement and fun to your card design. Let's go ahead and get started with our ink blending. So I will be using the reflection layering stencil that is part of the My Monthly Hero Kit, and it is a three-piece stencil that's going to layer together and create a sparkling pool. I am placing a piece of white cardstock that is cut to 4¼ by 5½ onto a sticky mat. And then I'm going to take the first layer of the stencil and place it over the top and then push down to secure it in place. The sticky mat is going to hold my stencil so it doesn't shift on me. The other thing I'm going to do is take these alignment guides, or you can use post-it notes, and I'm sticking them up in the corner to help me align the next layer of the stencils. These stencils are marked down in the bottom left-hand corner with a 1, 2, and 3, so you always know the order in which to do it in. And they also have these squares in the corners that if you want to place this onto a larger piece of cardstock, you can fill in those squares and that will help you align your stencils perfectly as well. So for my first layer, I want to start with a nice light color. I'm going to use three different shades of blue, and each time it's going to get darker. The first color that I ink blended on was cornflower. Now I'm lining up the second layer of the stencil using those alignment guides to make sure that my corners are in perfect alignment. Press that down to stick it down to my sticky mat. And my second color is going to be summer sky. Now notice that this stencil is masking off the areas that I just ink blended. I keep an ink swatch book handy that does have all of my Hero Arts inks swatched out, and that does assist me a lot when picking and choosing colors. But you can always take one or two colors and just go in a little heavier handed to achieve a darker shade. For our last layer of the stencil, I am going even more dark, and that is going to be with indigo, which is a perfect deep blue pool color. So again, I am going to fill in the open areas of the stencil with the indigo using my blending brush. I did have one blending brush for my lighter color, and then I do have a blending brush for my darker blues. So since I started with a white cardstock, I do have a little bit of white lines showing through in the background. If that is too stark for you, too distracting, you can take the excess ink you have on your blending brush and just lightly go over the background to soften that. Another thing I like to do with my backgrounds is use the white acrylic splatter from Hero Arts. Just make sure to shake it up really well. There is a metal ball at the bottom. You'll hear that rolling around to get that mixed up. I put a couple drops onto my glass work surface, mixed it with just a little bit of water, and then I got really close to my cardstock to add the splatters. If you get closer to your cardstock, it does help minimize the amount that is getting on the rest of your work surface, but you could always place this into a cardboard box or plastic container to help prevent any mess. To create the card front, I'm going to be using Cosmic Sky from Spellbinders that is cut to 4¼ by 5½. And we have these two pool shapes or peanut shapes. One of them is going to cut out the actual pool window. The other one has the outline for the pool. So I am using the actual window one and I'm hanging it off the top edge of my cardstock. I thought this would be just another fun way to use these dies instead of centered on the card front. So I held that down with my best ever craft tape and die cut that out. I'm also going to take that second die that is going to give me the outline and die cut that from white cardstock. Now, I'm not going to adhere anything down yet, but what I like to do is just every now and then pull my components together to make sure that it is working out to the vision that I had it. So I'm going to have my pool outline go over the top there. You can see it fits nicely into the window piece that we die cut out of the front of our cardstock. The interactive portion is going to be one of the last things that I'm going to do. For right now, I am going to start my assembly of my die cuts. So I do have a mix of die cuts here, both from the Pool Party die set and the Fun Floats die set. So this is coming from the Superhero Kit. I went ahead and die cut out my elements using the cardstock that is included in the pack of cardstock in your kit. The colors that I'm using is Fawn, Tutu, Dahlia, Beeswax, and Peridot. It is very handy to have either some reverse tweezers or even a wax tip tool to help you pick up these small die cuts and assemble them onto your base pieces. Now, I did also incorporate the white in there for the umbrella and also her hat just to have a pop of white in my colorful background. I'm going to add some thin foam squares behind my bathing girl and pop that up onto my raft. And now we can work on the interactive portion. I'm going to be using the Hero Arts Circle Infinity die to create my openings for my spinner element. And I am using the second smallest circle die. So right now I have my card front kind of placed the way I want my floaty to be and where I want the umbrella to be. And then I'm going to be using an additional piece of white cardstock that is A2 size as well. What I want to do is place that circle opening behind the person on the floaty. So I take my best ever craft tape, I rub it on my hand to help remove some of the stickiness so it doesn't rip my cardstock. Tack that down to the front. So this is the pool background, and then run that through the die cut machine. So that's creating our opening where our spinner element is going to go. Now, what you do is place your pool background over the top of that A2 size white cardstock. I'm drawing a circle with my pen. Nobody's going to see it, so it doesn't matter if you do it with pen or pencil. And then I'm taking the next smallest die so it's the third smallest in the Hero Arts Circle Infinity die. Centered that over the circle I drew and ran that through my die cut machine. So now we have two pieces of cardstock. The pool background has the smaller circle die cut out, and the white cardstock has that little bit of a larger size. Now, the white panel is actually the piece that's going to kind of control the movement of my spinner. So I'm taking that panel, I'm going to pop it up with some foam tape. Any type of foam tape would work well for this. It's just to give our interactive portion a little bit of wiggle room and movement. I have seen this technique done with pennies before, but I'm going to use this product that's called Snap and Slide from Pear Blossom Press. They have quite a few of them in a pack. You want to get a positive and a negative end is what I'll call it for right now. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to place my popped up panel over another piece of white cardstock cut to the same size. You could also attach this panel to your card base itself. Then I'm going to take one of those pieces and I'm going to place it inside of that circle. So remember, I kind of created a barrier so it's not going to slide underneath. It's not going to spin all over the place. I just placed it right in the center. And now I'm going to add the other end of this snap and slide product to the back of my floaty girl. I happen to use these mini glue dots, so I had to add a few of them to that. Your regular glue dots would work probably a little bit better and cover it better too. So now that I have the other end of my snap and slide attached to my floaty girl, I can go ahead and start assembling the front of my card. I added tape runner behind my pool background, lining up that circle that is die cut from it over the top of my spinner piece. Then I can add my cosmic sky. So this has the actual pool die cut right out of it. Place that over the top, and I can use some liquid glue to add the outline for my pool. And I really like the white outline against that dark cardstock. I think it really makes it pop. Then all you need to do is take your floaty girl and you're going to match up the two ends and it'll snap together super easy. Now, if you wanted, you could die cut out another floaty piece before adding that product to it to give it a little bit more stability. But you can see that it'll spin around. It is restricted in movement because of the size of circle that we die cut in that hidden white cardstock piece underneath. I trimmed off any excess that was hanging off the edge, and then I'm going to finish decorating the front of my card. So I have an umbrella that I'm going to pop up with some thin foam squares. I already have a sentiment that I had die cut out and assembled together. This is Hello Sunshine from the superhero kit. I die cut the scripty Hello Sunshine from black cardstock twice, and then white cardstock 2 times for that shadow layer to give it some dimension. I just love how she is kind of slowly twirling around on the pool, just like if you were in a pool and you just kind of had that slow, easy glide to a summer breeze. I hope you enjoyed today's interactive card project featuring the June 2026 My Monthly Superhero Kit. Adding a simple spinner mechanism is an easy way to bring your card scenes to life, and I love the playful movement it adds to this summer design. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today, and I hope to see you again real soon with some more card making inspiration.